Hi, this video is for sixth graders for Tuesday, May 5th. We're in our history book. We're in chapter 11, section 2. We're in this book here. And just like your ELA, this has to do with Greek, so it sort of matches nicely to the Odysseus story that we are doing today. So the first thing, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to first know about the Greeks' beliefs and their customs. And then on the next section, we're going to learn about what they did to honor those gods. Okay, so here we go. So the Greeks did have, we're talking also about 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago too. The Greeks did believe in gods and myths. Those are stories told by the mouth. And one of the things that they believed is the gods were both divine, but they were sort of human too. You can see it in this section here. Zeus was basically the top dog or the top god. They believed that him and 11 others, so 12 other gods total, they lived in this place in the sky. We would sort of call it heaven, but the ancient Greeks called it Mount Olympus. And Mount Olympus is a real place. You can see where my finger is. It is really a mountain in Greek where they believe that the gods lived on top of it. Excuse me. And then each of the 12 gods had a special city, so down here I'm talking about, that they would protect, and that the main capital of Greek is Athens, where my finger is, and the goddess that would, so a god is a man and a goddess is a woman god. The goddess Athena, so it looks like the word Athens, protected them because she was wise, a warrior, and she was good with art. So the Greek mythology basically are stories that people tell about their beliefs to make sense of the world. And before reading and writing, people told the stories orally, that means with their mouth, and then later on they were written down. The Greeks used these myths to explain why are we here, what's our purpose, and how the world got started. Also, they created like statues, can you see here, and paintings of their gods and their goddesses. This is supposed to be Zeus. This is supposed to be Demeter. And then this is supposed to be Athena here too. Now the Greeks believe, just like in Odysseus, that if you make the gods angry, bad things will happen to the world. So like an earthquake or like a thunderstorm. So obviously the humans don't want that. So they wanted to do nice things to the gods to make sure that they're happy and honored. So if you look over here now, honoring the gods, one of your questions is going to ask you about what are the things they did. Well, they would have basically holidays or festivals to celebrate each of the gods. And if you think about it, our calendar that we use is, there's 12 months in a year. So each month they would celebrate one of the gods. So 12 gods, 12 months. And it's sort of interesting how we have those 12 months now. They would do like games and poetry and races, and just, it was a whole month of just partying to make sure that, it's like a holy day to make sure that that god was happy. This should look familiar too. Another thing they did was the Olympics. Yes, like where you get a gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal. It started in Greece over 2,000 years ago. It's even more specific, they think in the year 776 BC, so that'd be 2,700 years ago. Also, during these Olympics, they were held every 4 years, just like they are now. And they were honoring Zeus, who is like the main god, that to make him the most happy. And back then, only men could compete. Now it's men and women. You also might want to pause the video here, because in your Google Doc, it's going to ask you it's going to give you the name of the god or the goddess, and then you have to say what is the god responsible for. So Ares was the god of war, Aphrodite was the goddess of love, and so on. Poseidon is the god of the sea. If you've ever seen Aquaman, you probably have seen Poseidon. If you play the video game God of War, Ares is that one, so that makes sense. So this is our first half of our lesson today about ancient Greek. To summarize, they believed in one main god, Zeus, but then he was the head of all the other gods. They lived in this place called Mount Olympus, which is this mountain here in Greece. Remember, this is all myth. A mythology. A myth is a story that people tell to make sense. 2 things that they would do to make the gods happy is have festivals and have the Olympics. And then here is what the gods are responsible for. If you want to pause the video there. Next time, we're going to learn more about the Greek literature, some of their fables, and we'll finish up the section on Thursday. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.